Well, the People's Democratic Party has expressed anger over the 6-month delay in the inauguration of Hon Aaron Uzodike, who was re-elected as a member representing Aba North State Constituency in the 2023 elections. The party said the inauguration was unduly delayed despite the issuance of certificate of return by the Independent National Electoral Commission on December 13th, 2023, following a court order. In an interview with journalists in Umuahia, the vice chairman of the PDP in Abia State, Abraham Ama, condemned the failure of the Abia State House of Assembly Speaker, Right Honorable Emmanuel Emerowa, to inaugurate the re-elected lawmaker, even as time was running out. Yes, sir, Fiaga, sir. What is the political play here concerning the delay in the inauguration of the PDP member of the Abia State House of Assembly, sir?
This is political aberration. You see, we operate a constitutional democracy, and that law provides that Nigerians should be represented according to the constituency that they have been elected. If after elections, and the law provides that you can go to the court to seek a redress if you are aggrieved, and the process went through the tribunal to the appeal, because issue of House of Assembly, House of Reps, and the Senate ends at the appeal court. And the processes were followed. And at the end of the day, the Court of Appeal declared somebody elected. And INEC, following that court decision, gave the winner the returned ticket, meaning the person is duly elected. And you say you are doing the man, you are not necessarily, undoing the man or politically trying to inflict some level of political suffering on the man, but it is that state constituency that you actually deny representation and all dividends of democracy that is accrued to them that ought to be debated in the State House of Assembly. That is what is happening. I've always told people that Nigerian situation is not really about political party. It's all about attitude, the way we perceive public office, the way we behave when we are given opportunity to assume any position of leadership. That is the situation. Some people say PDP is bad, APC is bad, oh, Labour Party is angel, and all that. But what we are seeing today now, this is action that we have been seeing, or we have seen several times, isn't it? Happening by somebody who is a member of Labour Party, assuming God, disdainfully disrespecting institution of the states, like the Court of Law and the INEC, who so returned the person as the duly elected member representing a constituency in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, exactly, in a particular constituency. Right? Yeah. It's a man from Labour. Now, if somebody who have posited himself or defined himself to be an angel doing this thing right now, what do we make up of that situation? At Abuja, we have APC as the majority party, right? The majority party and the leading party today at the federal level. In the Senate, APC had the majority number. In the House of Reps, APC have the majority number. There are people who were elected under the platform of Labour Party in the House of Rep and in the Senate, right? Yes. The Speaker of House of Rep did not refuse the inauguration of these persons. Exactly. He inaugurated them in line with the law. In the Senate, the same thing was done to the members of the Labour Party. But at the state level, you are not seeing the Labour Party, because the governor is a Labour Party, right? Exactly. In connivance with the speaker, are not trying to play their political grievance and bitterness against a constituency, and we say we are angels. And we not see the problem that we need to change our attitude. So I think what that man is doing right now, he need to be called to order. The state should make him to understand that it's not above the laws of the state. Okay. If Governor Oti have a hands in this, because he can't be doing it alone. Exactly. I know the speaker can't be doing this alone. Okay. This is political disagreement. Some persons may have a preferred candidate, or they wanted a member of their party to be there, just because the member of the party didn't win. It's the PDP guy that won. So therefore, let's see how you are going to represent your people. Okay. This is what they are doing. So it must be called to order. That is illegality and impunity in the highest order. You can't do that in the state where people have voluntarily, elected somebody from among them to go and represent them just because of your party grievances, your partisanship. I therefore say, no, these people will not have a representation in the state house. I think, unfortunately, as I conclude, many people from the Abia State will not see this as a problem because it is not happening at the federal level. Because people here will become so big and their eyes so open. When you mention federal government, oh, the media will be agog. Every station, social media, everybody will be discussing it because it is federal government. Oh, federal government, anti-democracy, federal government, APC has failed. APC does not mean well. But now that is happening, and it's being done by a Labour Party, and in Abia State, it's not a case to them. But for us, it's a case that needs to be tackled.
All right, Mr. Fiaga says that there's a double standard being played there. The saints, the said saints, are also having their finger in the pot of soup. We don't know which is the monkeys or which is the human's hand. But all the same, let's still throw this to Mr. Ogochukwu, Ifeanyi Chukwusa. Since December the 13th, this is making it more than 6 months, and the inauguration of this particular member of the House of Assembly in Abia State has not been inaugurated. Are there any political undertones that we are not aware of? Could you expatiate? Could you dissect?
No, MFA has done a big blow to it. I will just add to what he said. You see, Nigeria is a democracy, but I don't know whether we are an operational democratic state where the rule of law should be the norm or even the grand norm. Because you cannot tell me that Nigeria is a state where rules and regulation and order is the order of the day, that somebody whom the court, the final court, according to their own level of their elections, which is the appeal court, has affirmed to have duly won the election, and an individual, through the instrumentality of the office he's occupying, that is Emmanuel Emero, who is the state House Speaker, refusing to inaugurate his fellow member of equal rights. Remember, he is a speaker because he is, according to the Constitution, he is being chosen among his equals to, to lead the way. He's not above anybody in that house can be a speaker tomorrow. So for him to arrogate that kind of power onto himself, he should have come under the hammer of the state. If we were a state where things are done properly. And what could you think? The Nigerian state.
What do you think is the reasons why he has not been called to order?
This will now bring about the rejigging of the Electoral Act and the Constitution. Because you remember when, during what happened in Kogi State some years ago, when a governor was elected, was still under candidacy, and the election has not concluded before he passed on. And everybody thought that his running mate would have naturally been positioned to carry on because they rode on the same ticket. But they said, no, it's the party, the APC, that has the ticket and gave it to whomever that it is still within the confines of APC to choose the person that will go and represent them. That's to go and become the governor, thereby denying Smart Adeyemi becoming the flag bearer of that state. That was how Yaya Bello emerged, and we are faced with the same constitutional or electoral lacuna again. So those are making the laws. We look at it now and see that if there are laws that will be made to override or going through INEC or even the same court that has declared this young man elected, duly elected, and INEC has given him the certificate of return, so that they will not take an appropriate measure to ensure that in the unforeseen future, that if such a thing occurs, that the courts or INEC will have the right to sue for his inauguration in the house. I'm saying in futuristic. But as it is now, this is not the type of story we want to hear from Abia State, especially being a state that is being governed by the party Nigerians tag the third force. Remember, Oti has vied for election in Abga. He didn't win, and you know, fortune smiled on him that he joined the Labour Party, and today he's the governor. The speaker cannot be doing this without the knowledge of the governor. And this is where the governor, who was the person who also proclaimed for the lifetime of this House of Assembly to begin, because through the proclamation of the governor, the assembly will be constituted. So the governor, that is what I'm saying. Yeah, why is the governor not leveraged on his no, it is no
matter how partisan it might be, that he is representing, just as Emi Fiaga said, he is representing a constituency. In Nigeria,
Nigeria is practicing a multi-party system, but if you look at it, we are practicing one-party system, because in each state, once they conduct local government election, the state that the party is in power wins. And now, the Nigerian politicians don't want to play the more the merrier. Because once you have a viable opposition, it keeps you in check. It's not an enemy. Okay. So if the governor of Abia State should understand that once there are the multidimensional political parties in the House of Assembly, it gives coloration. There is a sense of democracy in it. All right. But now we have had it on allegations that this young man has been, this Uzodike has been tried in so many ways to be wooed into Labour Party before he will. This case did not start today. We have been hearing that a lot of moves have been made for him to join Labour Party, and that is, if you look at why they are delaying his inauguration now, you will not take it out that such a thing is happening behind the scene. Okay. So the Nigerian politician and the Nigerian state should understand that multi-dimensional party system is the key in Nigeria. Okay. But if you have not seen it that way, we'll continue to see this kind of aberration in every life cycle of our democratic life.